Not gonna lie to y'all, I was definitely watching AD Drew and Brian actually have them on the back. If I could turn them around, you would actually see it yourself. But happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my pops. Look, as soon as I got home, I hit that old nap, and so it was a well earned nap. It's been a long day, but again, what's up, little baby? What's up, Marvin? Happy Father's Day. And they are leaning into my question. I'm about to go back and watch this. We don't just tell y'all to watch each other. We actually do be watching each other. And in this one, they like talk about a rivalry. So I couldn't quite, I had to shut it down. And we're talking about that. To me, the best little rivalry in the SWAC. That's what I'm gonna call it. I think this is the rivalry that you probably sleep on the most, but these kind of your country cousins. You just say, it's always a fun game, and this is probably the best atmosphere that you see all season long. Y'all know what's up. It's about to be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings, salutations, y'all. Let me see if I can get this thing. Thought I had it right. That's what happens when you kind of like, I got my one going, but my two is moving slow today. So I'm gonna see what y'all see in a minute. So make sure that I got it right. But this is my personal opinion. The best little rivalry in the SWAC. So FAMU, Alabama State is a classic. Like, and I don't mean to kind of be that person to like sell you wolf tickets, but when it comes to actual like a rivalry where the fans don't hate each other, but still you get that good vibe of like, all right, this is fun. Like, this is it. Like, this is the game where you kind of look around and you look in the stands, and first and foremost, we act alike. like Alabama State, FAMU, very competitive fan bases. They probably are a little less braggadocious than us. We brag different, but they are the school that, even though FAMU brag different, everything they got brand new. Like, they're the ones where when you start talking trash, and you be like, yeah, da da da. Then they're like, but our football stadium. You're like, yeah, your football stadium is nice. Oh yeah, and our baseball stadium, yeah, and all your athletic facilities are nice. Like, this is the best rivalry next to the Florida Classic. If you are, this is going to be better than Jackson State rivalry wise. Now, as far as trash talking, not even the same. Like, Jackson State's going to be your one where it's like trash talking season. Like, win or lose, the trash talk is going to be there. But the only thing really keeping this from not being a bigger rivalry, they ain't beat us in a long time. I'll say it like that. So, not wishing for nothing, but to me, this is the best little rivalry in the SWAC. So, we still pushing though. If you are feeling froggy and want to donate, Kurt Dawkins is the, I guess you call him title sponsor, title athlete. What do you call him? He's the athlete that we kind of running the campaign behind. So, so we are trying to support the FAMU track athletes like Kurt Dawkins, but not limiting only to him. So we got a number we're trying to hit. If we can hit 10K, it'll be great things as a unit. So also Mr. Kinsey's got something where he's trying to raise 30. Is it 30? It's more than that. He's trying to raise for the golf team. So I'm gonna hit him up, see if we can get him next week. Yeah, I did mention, but I guess I gotta get my date locked down. So that's all on me. Also, softball camps are here. Seeing some pictures going out. I like this. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like that coach is getting out there. She in the field. She's active. It's gonna be a good time. So, and she's recruiting. To me, that's different. Like that's a big thing right there. So let's see the other one. All right, so baseball. We got a commitment. Josh W. Like, look, Josh. JW. Because you know how black people are. We're gonna shorten your name. We're gonna give you a nickname, and every white boy can't be Sunshine. So y'all going on, call him J Dub. So J Dub. And if that nickname sticks, he got it from the Fangs Up podcast. He is a middle infielder. When I saw that, I was like, so is he second or short? And he is second place. Sorry, second base, not second place. Batting average, straight threes. So 3.33. A little more pop than our other commitment. Remember, we got another commitment earlier this week. He's got 9 home runs. And this guy, he coming with some accolades. So is he the tallest guy? No, he's like 5'11", 5'10". Taller than me. So I'm cool with that, man. But otherwise, y'all been kind of quiet around these streets, except for, I don't know. Look, I don't know what Cozy gonna do. But I saw the comment. It was funny too, because football got another commitment. Lawrence Wright, the fourth, 6'2", 240. I feel like I saw him get into a game that I went to. I feel like he got in the Kentucky game. I could be wrong, but I feel like he got in. Transfer of UF, PK Young. He's listed as a quarterback, but he's listed as an athlete. I think he's going to play defense. Now, I could be wrong, but he's coming in pretty much sophomore. So, redshirt freshman, sophomore type vibe. I think the quarterback room is too deep for him to get a real shot at being a quarterback. And go back and check Colsey's comment, because somebody was being funny and like, yeah, y'all got like 4 quarterbacks. And Colsey's like, some people are athletes. And I was like, thank you. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't know where you're going to put him, but it ain't under center. Like, I got that question for somebody myself. They were like, my pops was like, hey, we got another quarterback? And I was like, I don't think he's going to play quarterback, Pops. I think he's going to be a different position other than quarterback. So, yeah, another quarterback, as you said, Marvin. But I don't know how much quarterback he actually plays. And this is just my other question, speculation, conspiracy. Again, this is reckless speculation, right? Yeah, I know when I don't know and when I am purely speculating, I just say it. I don't lie to y'all about that. I just say up front and say it. I wonder if this has to do anything with, like, is he coming in with some credits? APR? Like, I don't know if y'all checked the APR. It went up a little bit. I think this year was like a 9-1-11. I think it was trying not to say the numbers, but it was a 9 with 2 ones behind it. I think that was the APR. You can go check it online. But if you look, FAMU needs like darn near 1,000. Like some of them years, I think the last year that we have with Willie still an APR. Remember, your APR is like a 4-year score. One of those years we playing off of like an 890 or a 901. You need a 930. So it's math. So, but remember, and this is the boring part. So sorry to bore y'all non-nerdy people. But if we getting 800, and I think it was 898, 901, then I think it was 9 something else. Then we got the 9 with the 2 ones last year. you're flirting with a postseason ban. And I'm gonna give credit to Dr. Hudson. He kind of gave you the hint for pure academic side of it, where he was saying that, hey, we got to bring in some students with some transfer credits and some kids with higher stuff so they can get up out here and graduate. Don't think that only applies to the regular students. You need these student athletes to come through here and rock it this year, because let's be honest, I'm probably going to be the first one to say it in a minute. There's a very good chance that we have a postseason ban next season. Unless unless we get a home run, there is a very good chance that 2026, the last games of Florida Classic. I'm gonna just say that like that. I could be lying about it, or I could be honest. So, but look, that's just me. I appreciate it, Gail. And we need all those fours. Let those develops. Look, at the last season, yeah. Because if we're being honest, Junior was probably the honest second. Not because the other guys didn't have it. I just don't think they, on the chalkboard, understood the offense as well as him. And that's not me trying to be a homer. I told y'all, the guy knows the offense. Stuff just be happening. Somebody switch positions. Appreciate it, Marvin. Somebody else sees. I told y'all, safety, linebacker, 6'2", 240. Okay. He was an athlete in high school. He walked on to UF. I'm just saying. If you'd have walked on to UF, to me, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry. I know he's a legacy too, but just because you walk on at a program doesn't give me a lot of credit. But what I do think is, if you're willing to come in and get it out the mud, as these young folks say, and you come through FAMU, make your own name, okay. Exactly. We was messed up right there. Now, this other one, I believe we offered him last year, and he went to Jackson State. Well, he's coming back home. Kai Gadsden, this is school number 3 for him. And it's going to be interesting to see. But 6'3", 295, transferred from Jackson State. He also transferred from Bethune-Cookman. And he originally went to Tampa Bay Tech, or he came out of Tampa Bay Tech High School. And he's from Tampa, Florida. So I told y'all before Cozy wasn't playing about this offensive line. I look for this to be a very physical football team. And it's the recruiting just says it. We've seen the method to win the SWAC. In order to win the SWAC, you got to play MEAC ball. You got to be physical at the line of scrimmage and be able to score. That's any football, but overwhelmingly, we've seen that the teams in the SWAC that have the most success are physical at the point of attack. So, yeah. Now, as far as kind of going back, look, OBC, you ain't got your tickets. I didn't check. They're available. You can buy. I know it's not a sellout. Look, I'm just saying, I'm with you, Marvin. I like that Cozy. I like what Cozy's recruiting. I will say, I'm like some of y'all. I do have concerns. And I don't know if football will be as affected as some other sports. But and I promise y'all we ain't gonna stay here long. I don't know if y'all hear that boom back there, but that is not the sonic boom of the South. And Keith don't play with lightning. So we will be here for a good time, not a long time. And there will be no mention of MARVA. That's your one. But OBC tickets are available. If you want to get them, go get them. I believe I saw that single game tickets for the football season are coming up. If you missed it, for the OBC, I got us winning. just quick recap, 34-20. Not going to explain why. Go back and watch the episode. I give a whole diatribe as to why. Second game, 45-24. I got the Burrowing Owls. So, and then first home game, 52-17. That's my score prediction, and I'm sticking to it. So the next one, Alabama State. And I'm going to be honest. With this game, while stats matter, like a good rivalry, you can throw the stats out. And normally it's because FAMU and Alabama State are normally at two different sides of this. You have FAMU who tends to be the team that has a better offense going against Alabama State, who tends to have a really good defense. So it's always kind of that, can FAMU score and can Alabama State stop us? And somewhere between there, special teams. This is the Kendall Bowler Bowl. Kendall Bowler has made how many big games or big plays in this game? I'm just sad that he's gone. But I'm just saying, somebody's got to step up. On this one, I think the first thing, and we all know I always start with defense first. I don't know everybody Alabama State's brought in. And look, let them know. Like something about kicks, like block kicks, just we get some funky type of bounces and we win this game. I do look for security to be tight on this one, especially because last time we had a fight. So, told y'all, I ain't fighting with him today. So now on this one, I think offensively, is Andrew Body gonna be healthy? That's the question. That's the only question, really. If Andrew Body is healthy, that's a touchdown for them, easy. Like, and I'm with you on this one. Like, Wayne, I don't know if they try to throw it or not, because we've seen before they normally have like one or two solid receivers, but they got to do something to OC. Like, offensively, they got to throw it. You can't just run the ball with this defense this year. Not that FAMU's defense is so amazing and so overpowering, but the teams just normally match up well. And unfortunately, let's call a spade when it comes to the transfer portal in the SWAC, especially in the East, it's Jackson State, FAMU. Alabama State normally falls in that third spot, but sometimes Alabama A&M. Like, they don't get better transfer athletes than FAMU. They don't. I mean, like, we could be funny about this, or we can be real. Y'all know Keith. I like to be honest about this. Normally, FAMU has better athletes. Like, you can see, it's not a huge disparity. It's not like the disparity between FAMU and UAPB, but it's a difference where you kind of look on the field and you're like, ooh, we mirror each other, but FAMU just got that little bit of edge that makes a difference. Whether our DBs are a little taller or faster, receivers are a little shiftier, quarterback plays better, FAMU always has a slight edge. We see that. So I don't think things will be as hot since the teams have switched sides. I'm mad about that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I get it, but I do get it. And look, can they draw up some plays? We'll see. But honestly, I'll say this. And I love that point, little baby. And then we'll get back to the offense. I think the fact that you kind of put the teams back is going to make the game better. It's going to make it a better atmosphere for this game. I can't speak for the others, but for this game in particular, the fact that they travel so well, it negates some of the home field advantage of being at Bragg. Like, it just does. So, question is, what is Andrew Body going to do? He got to throw. Who do they have a receiver? Like, those are questions. And honestly, some of those questions, I ain't seen it to be crazy impressive. I think offensive versus defense, the equalizer is Andrew Body, though. If he's there, it's a different game. It's a close one. It's a fight. If he's not there, I don't know what to tell you, Doc. Like, look, I can tell our team has been grinding in that weight room. I look at strength and conditioning. Oh, look, I like that new strength and conditioning, dude. Nothing wrong, but the last dude was solid. Like, but this one right here, nobody. You're funny, Wayne. But nah, you look at this. I'm just telling y'all. Considering the facilities we have, like I'm envious of a few schools when it comes to their weight rooms, and there's only like 2 in the SWAC that I'm just like, Jackson's one of them. Their weight room compared to our weight room, not even comparison. Ours is compact, and you are definitely doing the most with what you have. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Anyways, now on the flip side, offensive question. First and foremost, who's your starting quarterback? Like, and I'm not gonna ask Cozy that question because that's a great way to be like, get some coach speak, and nobody wants that. But who's the quarterback? And by that point, you already got a quarterback. We know where the running backs are. You kind of have an idea of receiver what you got, and this is where I think normally. Look, Wayne, that's what I'm saying. And we still should be winning. Like I told somebody the other day, our players' bodies look very different. They do. Look, shout out to groups like the Boosters who do the muscle milk and everything like that. But when you're just looking at this team, offensively, we're built to be physical. And considering you're going against a team that wants to be defensive, wants to be physical, man, it's gonna be fun. Like if you like physical football, there's gonna be some chip paint on the turf. Like you're really gonna be looking at 2 teams that are gonna be playing a very physical brand of football. And I think offensively, kind of like I said before, look what FAMU's brought in. Look what they brought in. I think you have a slight advantage talent-wise. And again, that's not saying that their guys aren't good. What it is saying is when I look at who we brought in the transfer portal and I look at who they brought in via the transfer portal, I think we have a distinct advantage. It's not huge, and maybe distinct is the wrong word because that makes it seem like our players are like the Monstars and there's some kids. But I think when we're looking at overall talent and just what you do through acquisition of talent, I think you got more bullets in the chamber. Like, look, strength and conditioning wise, they're there. I don't know if y'all seen the video. Shout out, but they are looking better. Like, and I think that's a part of it though. Like when you start looking, can I say this? Let's address that strength and conditioning thing. In the past decade, FAMU players have gone from looking like sometimes high school players to like actual Division I athletes. Like, think about, I remember telling my pops a couple days ago, I was like, you remember Isaiah Land? When he was first at FAMU, he was playing defensive end at 180. Like, now he's like 240. Like, and keeping the weight on. He could not keep the weight on at FAM. Like, you just saw the players would go to NFL training and they would look like completely different people. Players are already starting to look like that. Like, FAMU strength and conditioning, the investment is there. Shout out to AD Suggs and the whole crew that's up there. But you're seeing where the investments in these teams are paying off. So we're going to see how that works out. Special teams is going to be the big thing too, though. And I promise you, we're not going to be here long because it's thunder and lightning. I don't play thunder and lightning, so don't blame me. Blame the weather for shortening the episode. But I'd rather be safe than shocked. Literally. But for this game, it's gonna be another close one. And this is why I'm gonna look at the stats, and then I was like, no, I'm not. Because the stats don't normally matter that much. The teams are so similar, the programs are so similar, the atmosphere. I'm telling you right now, ticket wise, this is the best game next to homecoming to go to. You don't do the Jackson State to yourself. That's gonna be a great game. They're gonna bring the boom. If y'all didn't hear, they're supposed to bring the boom. So it's gonna be fun, but will they bring the fans? That's the difference. And that's why I say the FAMU Alabama State is the best rivalry up there. What's up, Steve? Acting like he in the country team. Look. Oh, Steve, look, I'm from Tallahassee. Look. We ain't but a generation removed. As a matter of fact, we did not have a tin roof. But look, one fall. Look, and I have seen lightning strike the same tree twice. First time, boy, that thing was woof. Second time, couldn't do much else, but it still set it on fire. But again, this is the best game to go to. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if you don't want to deal with the homecoming foolishness, and you don't want to you want to see like another school bring their fans, the Alabama State game's the one to go to. It's the best one. This is our second closest SWAC opponent. Both ways, I think. And for us, it's like by a few minutes. By them, it's like 30, 40 minutes. Look, I'm telling you, the phone's over there. The TV's it's about to be lights off, night. Everybody go night. Yeah, look, I was raised by my grandparents. My parents raised me, but I spent the day after school with my grandparents. So I got them old black people habits. Like, you better find somewhere to go to sleep. Lay down. Let the Lord do his work. Look. Yes, ma'am. I ain't even sleepy, but I'm gonna lay here because I ain't fighting that switch today. Look. My grandparents got after you, boy. My granddaddy was sweet. But what? And my grandmother chewed tobacco. Talk straight. What? You better sit down somewhere. Yes, ma'am. Hit you with a stick. Where's my cane? Like, dead serious. My grandmother would get you with her cane. And yes, this is my Kappa cane. My grandmother would come across, play with even man you want to sit down somewhere. And she'll get you with this part because she can, with a crook. Boy, I got hit with a cane about 2-3 times. And she hit you hard. Just hard enough for you to know she wasn't playing. Like, look, I can laugh at it. Because you know what? We joke, we try, we fuss about that. Like, man, they was beating us. You know what? I ain't never been to jail. Didn't do drugs. Look, the whoopings then save me now. So I appreciate it. I didn't like it then, but now I'm good. Man, look, so what's funny? I do have a power surge too, though. Like I told you that's just the old black folks in me, man. Now my parents do have a direct recorded phone though. Pull up, Uncle Steve. Pull up. But like I told y'all, best game of the season. Go check this one out. It's gonna be tight. My mom still that way. Just give up and stop. But check this one out. This is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be closer because this is always tight. Now, for some reason, when we go up there, the score is low. Then you come down to Florida and it's a scoring explosion. And so for this one, I think we're gonna score more points than we ought to. I still think we get 30 points though. Like for some reason, for this FAMU versus Alabama State game, and I had to make sure I said it right. That's crazy. You got back-to-back schools, ASU. You got 3 ASUs this year that I could pull off the top of my head. Albany, Alcorn, and Alabama. Okay, that's wild. But give me, I'm gonna go 34. I don't know why that 34 number is right there. I don't like it. Give me 38. 38. I think Alabama State, they're gonna make you sweat like always. So give me 38-31. This is gonna be another. Oh, Marvin, I like that. 21-10. Trophy scores in the chat. I like that one. The only reason I think it's gonna be more, I think Andrew Body might be healthy. If Andrew Body is healthy the whole season, is he the SWAC player of the year? So I didn't give you my score. I got 38-31. So question for the people. What do y'all think? Is Andrew Body going to be the best quarterback in the SWAC? For some reason, don't ask me why, little baby. Because I think last time we played them, and let me close some of these tabs without closing this page. And y'all know me, I stand on data. I feel like they rocked us. We won. But that game, we scored almost 40 points a couple years ago. And it was tight. It was like 2023. And this is straight from the FAMU website. So now it's 23-10. Right at Marvin's score. Why did that game feel so much more high scoring? You know what? Let me take a point of personal preference. Yeah, little baby, you got me on that one. I will course correct. Let me take off 10 both ways. 28-24. There we go. There we go. I'm giving them +7 for Andrew Body. So I think they would naturally, Wayne, I think you're not wrong. I think 14 to 17 is their natural point average. But I think Andrew Body gives you +7. And I think it's just, like you said, little baby, they're not a high-scoring team. I don't know why that game felt so close. That game was tight. Was it the 21 then? Because that one, wasn't that when it was Bubba versus your boy? Nah, it was 28-0. We spanked them. Man. I don't know why I feel like they might score some points. Yeah, there we go, Marvin. Look, y'all know I ain't above being corrected. Ain't nobody above reproach around these streets. Everybody can get correction. Look, correction saved my life. So I got 28-24. I think FAMU wins, but I'll say this. If Andrew Body does not play in that game, you can scrap the 24 points. I think they go back to a 17. And in this game, it's a race to 30. If you're FAMU, can you get to 30 points? And can you stay within your offense? Because I think one of the things that you're going to see in this offense from our offensive coordinator, can he be patient? So far, I like what I've seen from Burris, but it's only 2 games. So I don't feel like I have a real good grasp to be he does this and then he does that. I could tell you what Willie Simmons was going to do. I could. But we about to run a screen. And screen. All right. We about to do a little gadget play, double pass. It's kind of getting late in the game. There you go. I could predict what Willie was going to do. I don't have that yet with Burris. They might bring some points with them. They're going to bring them honeybees. I'm just telling you, look. Which I ain't mad at. I'll say this. I appreciate y'all having some thick girls in the band. They be in their little, tight uniforms and everything. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. But, yeah, they're going to have to bring some points with them because normally, now, can we ask the question? If they have another so-so season, is your boy in the hot seat? I'm asking for a friend. We saw Alabama A&M finally pull the trigger on Maynard. Like, we've been asking for years. Y'all still rocking with Maynard? And they were like, oh, yeah, that's my boy. All right. They finally pull the trigger. Will Alabama State do the same if they have a so-so season? Because you can't stay third place in the SWAC East with that commitment to facilities. I'll say it like that. Like, despite what some people say about our facilities, Bragg's a new stadium despite the bathrooms. Go check. You don't want to believe me. It's a brand new stadium. I'm not saying that out of whatever. I'm just saying it because I am petty, but I'm also right. But you can't have Alabama State's level of facilities and be the third best team in the conference. That's against the rules. I'm sorry. And that's not, again, this says FAMU. This says Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, not ASU. I'm wearing green, not black. You can't be that committed to having the best facilities and be the third best team in the conference. Not in the money-making sports. And not when you're poaching coaches from other schools. They're committed to a point where they just poached your softball coach. They're committed to a point where they were in talks with some of your other coaches. Alabama State's not playing when it comes to trying to win. It's the executing part. And woe betide if they ever figure it out. And the other part is Alabama A&M is just as aggressive. New basketball arena. Louis Cruz is relatively new. They're making a push facilities-wise. You can't stay the third best team in a conference when you're spending that much on facilities and you're losing the teams you're spending more than. And look, this is me, baby. And again, I don't mind him as a coach. I think he's solid. I think he's steady. He's the Jeff Fisher of the SWAC. There you go. He is the Jeff Fisher of the SWAC. He'll give you a good 8-8. If I had a buddy, he used to be a Tennessee Titans fan. He hated Jeff Fisher because he wasn't going to get you very high, but he wasn't going to get you very low. He's going to keep it right in the mix. He wasn't going to win a championship, but you was going to be in the mix. I think Alabama State, you got a Jeff Fisher. And that you know what, Jeff Fisher, he's a hot commodity in some places. But 6-6 ain't gonna win a SWAC. You want at some point, you got to do like Alabama State and say, hey, oh, Yellow, it's time. Look, if they don't turn the corner look, I'm just saying. And let's be honest, they missed out. PV hit. That was a home run. In a half of the SWAC that is very winnable. Let's call a spade a spade. The SWAC West is very winnable. Anybody can win that. Southern is winning that with dudes that are brand new coaches. Hey, come on in, bro. Oh, yeah. Next thing you know, he won a SWAC. You're like, who is he? PV's been winning the SWAC West and not having the top 5 team in the conference. You don't have the top 5 team in the conference, and you're going to the SWAC championship multiple times over, and you're in the running to go to the championship. I'm just telling you, the West might be in Texas for a while. Don't give it. And they actually have really nice facilities. Heavens forbid if they get a solid turnout. I mean, y'all do know these stadiums the size of Gene Cox Stadium. If you from South Florida, trash. Whatever stadium y'all people playing with 10,000 seats, that's it. It's 10,000 seats. It's not huge. Just saying. Look, I want a SWAC chip appearance and nothing less. I'm with you. I think for FAMU and Jackson State is obvious. I think those are the only two schools in the SWAC. And I'll say this with my whole chest. I say it with my chest out. Matter of fact, FAMU and Jackson State are the only two teams in the SWAC who expect to be in the SWAC championship. Everybody else is telling you they are. It sounds good, but they don't believe it. Maybe Southern. Southern might, but nobody else besides Jackson State and Florida A&M are realistically saying, I expect to host the SWAC championship, and I expect to be there. Nobody else. Anybody else, they both-faced lying to you. I had to make sure I didn't say they were both-faced liars, but they're lying to you. And look, the weather done kind of passed. That's why I kept talking. I'm with you, Uncle Steve. I think Southern's the only one in the West that believe it. And I'll be honest, I think your boy at PV is a better coach. Is okay. Y'all can. If I'm mean, I'm mean. And this is key. And I know some people value Valdosta State more than me. I grew up around it. So to me, there is no pressure at Valdosta State. Like, not like we make it out to be. There's pressure, but if you're not winning, you're not staying. But he also had a losing record there for a little minute. Like, he had a couple of bad seasons. Let's not play that. Like, all the seasons at Valdosta State weren't great. He actually had like a resurrection project. So there's pressure, but it's different. And the fan base, the turnout ain't like that. Like, they're playing at a high school stadium. Anyways, is he the best coach in SWAC? And that's a mean thing to say, but day one, is he the best coach in the SWAC? Like, I mean, I ain't trying to discredit Colsey. I ain't trying to discredit what's going on at Jackson State. But I'm just saying, look, this is what I'm saying. He can coach. And he has shown he can do damage with less talent. Give fits ain't the problem. Look, you look. All right, let's call a spade. Last year, you throw Valdosta State in the SWAC, they top 5 at the least. I'll stand on business and say that. And honestly, considering what you had offensive coordinator, that FAMU game would be tight. I'm just gonna call that now. Like, look, I'm just saying, Gerald might have been writing for the Democrat, but he might have been wearing some Blazer stuff. Like, I'm just saying. Do you think that this is a show and tell year for everyone except TC? Nah. But I love the question. Jay, I think, okay. Let me see. I have to pull up the SWAC, like who's in the conference, because I like to sound informed. Okay. I think sorry, and that was my Alexa that made a noise. So let me see. We'll just go to the football page. I'm on the SWAC website, so that way, and I'll pull up the standings, so that way it keeps me organized. But I was looking at the ribbon board too. All right. So again, this is SWAC.org. Whatever advertisements they have are their advertisements. They don't help Keith at all. But we'll see. All right, there we go. All right, so if we're going down the list, let's see, Jay. Jackson State, as long as he don't get caught up with some of that stuff they're accusing people of doing, he's safe. Alabama State, I think, is on the hot seat. Like I told you, Jeff Fisher 8-8, but 7-5 can't stay good enough for all this time. I think the seat gets warm. If he drops below 7-5, the seat gets past hot. I think Colsey's safe. I think Alabama A&M safe. Now, I think Cookman, the seat's hot. Whether fair or not, 75% of the SWAC coaches of the E-Rob has been at their school less than 3 years. You're not wrong. And then Valley, he's safe. So obviously, like, it's not a long-term job though. This is me now. I'll put this in the air and I'll put this in the atmosphere. I give T-Buck 2.5 years at Valley. I don't know if they're going to move him just because he is a Mississippi native. He got a little name in Mississippi, but it's not the same as he does in Tallahassee. If it doesn't go great at Valley, I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the FAMU staff if Colsey can, keep things pushing. I'll say that on wax. I'd be very surprised if you didn't see a guy like Terrell Buckley come to a FAMU after going to a Valley and not being coach and waiting, because I don't know if Colsey or his aspirations after FAMU, but I can see that. And look, you hit the nail on the head. If he does well, he's gone. Like, let's be real. If he does too well, he got a shot at a school like, wouldn't say Mississippi State. Only reason he'd ever get a Mississippi State if he like won the SWAC and did some amazing things. But a school like a Memphis, maybe, maybe even as going as high as the Southern. I can see a Southern making that move. Like, he's not tied into that culture as well, but Southern safe, Alcorn safe. I don't know about Texas Southern. I don't know. PV safe. Grambling, nobody's ever safe. And UAPB, he's gone. Like, I like that brother too, but he about to get fired. Like, he a Florida boy. He another one. He might end up on the staff too. Like, yeah, UAPB, that's a lost cause. Man, please. You wasting your time. Like, they have decent facilities. Like, the stadium's nice. It's just you can't pull any talent. Like, your best receiver didn't quite make it at FAM and is in your top two. Like, and could have made it at FAM. Like, could have done some great things. Like, look, I was high on Burke, but he's an X factor at UAPB. Where at FAM, I'm just saying. You think Dishman in good shape? Okay. Yeah, he's only been there for a little minute. And Texas Southern, another one of those. For some reason, for as football craze as we say Texas is, it doesn't go to the HBCUs like that. It doesn't extend that far. Like, it just doesn't. So, okay. I can go along with that. So, out of the whole SWAC, I would expect 3 coaches at the most catch it next year. And we're going to see with Cookman. Like, this is what Cookman has to do in order to do something. Like, they got to win some games. Like, that's obvious. Duh. But second, they got to figure out how committed they are to winning. Like, and that's not being, like, mean-spirited. But if we're going to be honest, Bethune-Cookman has not been committed to winning football games since Alvin Wyatt left. Well, Jenkins was solid. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. If you had the right kind of alumni, I could see them kicking the tires on that again. I know that thing did not end well, but I could see them tires get kicked on that again. Because he was part of that decade. A big part of it. Like, just saying. I don't think your boy that just left, I don't think he ever comes back to Cookman. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a cat like Jenkins go there. If you could pay enough, can we say an open secret? The UFL just showed its hand. When your boy left the UFL to go to Tennessee State, we love to rag on our HBCUs and say we ain't doing enough. And I'm going to move McCain because if it get broke, I'm going to cry. I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to be boohoo crying. But Did we not just see that HBCUs might be more attractive than some professional football jobs? Like, I'm just saying. And we talking about Tennessee State. And that ain't me saying nothing bad about Tennessee State, but we're saying Tennessee State at the time where people are saying, yo, they might not have no money. Like, there were some real questions about the existence of the school. And you had a professional football coach say, nah, I'm good. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to go back to Tennessee State. I'm going to go to teach over there and coach. I'd rather do that. That's different. And I think that exposes something in the market where if you're at Tennessee State, you can now approach some of these football coaches at some of these levels that you didn't think you could get before and say, you want to come here and build something? Like, I'm going to say that out loud. Like, the fact that Tennessee State, and it wasn't even a question when Reggie Barlow left. It was like, oh yeah, he's going to Tennessee State. And nobody was like, do, shocker. It was like, that's a solid hire. It's not a bad job. Like, nobody said anything. And I don't know if that's part of the Eddie George effect. And I don't know if that's really a thing. But the fact that you had a celebrity coach come there, and to his credit, Eddie George did good. Like, despite all the naysayers, and at times me being one of them, because I had some questions. I wasn't, but he was on the hot seat for a minute too. Like, let's not act like it was all peaches and cream up there. But all of a sudden, your HBCUs can walk into some of these rooms and make something shake. And I'm with you. I love that, Marvin. And this is my other side of this. The guy that replaced him, if you're a Tennessee State, again, as I just stated, Alabama State missed the wave. If they was going to be right about this, and they were like 7-5 ain't 7-5, we can't be 8-8, then you would have pulled the trigger and got the coach from Valdosta State. I'm not trying to get nobody fired. I'm speaking out as someone who's paying attention. Because honestly, let's be real. If this was FAMU, Coles to give us 4 seasons of 7-5, that's not going to work. That's part of what got Kim Riley up out the paint, right? Like, he was doing good, but it wasn't good enough at the end. Like, and then when he was best athletic director we've ever had. And I think Milton Overton's a close second. This is how sad and how many athletic directors we've had. One could reasonably argue Angela Suggs is in the top 4 athletic directors FAMU's had in the past 30 years. I'm going to say that. Like that. Look, if we're going to have a hot takes and multiple hot takes on a Sunday, I would argue with a lot of y'all. Angela Suggs in the top 5. Top 5 right now. And that ain't even because some of y'all don't like your girl. I think she's top 5. Like, it just wasn't. I don't even remember the Jerry Curl. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I don't remember Kim Riley's Jerry Curl. Now, when I tell you, should have let him just stay at athletic director forever. Oh my gosh. Dang. Well, could have been. But he balanced the budget and had a surplus. And boy, the Bill Clinton time, if you was a Rattler during that time, it was what a time to be alive. But yeah, y'all. So, like I said, for this one, I had to lower my score. Thank you, little baby Marvin, for y'all for saving the brother. I got 28-24. I think it stays close. But if Andrew Body goes down, I reserve the right to take them 7 or 10 points right back away from them and say, y'all limited at 17 or 14, because that offense, you can't just run him out there. Like, you can't do that. And other hot takes were who on the hot seat? I'm looking. I say the seats ticking up a little bit in Alabama. I think it's scalding hot in Arkansas. I think that brother's gone. I'll be honest. This dirty pool, but in the words of Jay-Z and R. Kelly, this is business. Ain't nothing personal about it. If I'm him, I'm looking for a coordinator position yesterday. Like, I'm just saying, let somebody come up with some foolishness. My resume would have been in somebody's all of a sudden. Because, and this is, again, talking about the UAPB coach. Valley's coach did that. And was smart. That brother saw it right on the wall. He went up there with Prime and was like, hey, and Prime was over there hyping him up. Like, hey, this guy's a really good coach. They just don't have anything. Like, they don't have anything at Valley. The field sucks. Like, and we knew these things to be true. And it feels good now. But he's like, he's doing so much with so little. Oh, man, I put him on my staff tomorrow. And then when he got to Colorado, tomorrow came. And he put that brother on his staff. You don't think man, please. I would look. That brother came. I know Willie Taggart, Willie Taggart can't finesse nobody. Like he didn't finesse enough. I'll tell y'all quick. One person at Florida State, I don't never feel bad for is Willie Taggart. I don't look. Oh, they should have fired him. Shut up. Because you fussing and stubborn. And you know what? He got a buyout from Florida State. He got a buyout from FAU. He went to Colorado. He got a check at Colorado. And now that brother is with the Baltimore Ravens. Look, that brother's hustling. We was hustling backwards. Hey, man, no, y'all should have fired him. Nah, man. Willie hit that. No, appreciate that. Look, that situation at Florida State was bad. Tag got the bag. I'm telling you. Have y'all seen his car? I don't even pocket watch it. But they had, what was it? Was it Hard Knocks? The little one where it's like, I think it's the one on HBO. Where they, and I think one of the ones, the one last season, one of the episodes is like, you get to see Tag, you see his car. Ain't nobody feel bad for that brother. He Florida as hell. got a dunk, got the things on it. Like, bro, comfortable. Like, go follow him on social media, man. I'm like, bro, I'm so happy for you. I ain't even hating. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm one of them people. If you're doing great, I'm happy. Like, ain't nobody hurting. Ain't nobody crying about that. And you get to chill. You're a position coach. You're not even the head. You're a position coach. And you think about it, man, you do this for another 6-7 years, you're going to retire and become a consultant. He went to Boca to Baltimore to hang out. For real. And let's be real. You got Lamar Jackson. That's job security. Like, I'm just saying. The Ravens can start losing tomorrow. And unless Lamar is perfectly healthy, everybody coming back. Like, knock on wood. We pray nothing happens and nothing happens to that man. But as long as Lamar Jackson is with the Ravens, bro, that's job security. Look, the chat would have been better calling plays. I'm just saying. Like, yeah. He lost the sauce when he left. When he left South Florida, it was over, man. But he was overachieving there too. Like, we're gonna be honest about that though. But yeah, look, I don't know how we got that far, but y'all already know. Like, I'm a sports guy, so all right, y'all. Look, my Florida Panthers won last night. I told you I love hockey. If y'all don't know, now you know. And I got to see what Brian's Pacers gonna do. They let the boys tie them up. I had Thunder in 6. I'm keeping Thunder in 7 for some reason. That boy Halliburton, he be hitting some ugly shots. Like, I mean, it ain't like Reggie Miller bad with the crossover, but that joker be hitting some ugly shots, man. All right, y'all. So for everybody at HBCU Digital Network. Man, we're going to look at that next game after this one. Hopefully get some more recruits come in. And look, the weather calmed down, but hopefully it stay calm like this the whole time. Look, happy Father's Day to everybody. I'm about to call my own pops. Wish him a happy Father's Day. I've been ripping and running all day, so otherwise I'd have called him earlier. So he did call. He talked to the munchkin, and I was on driving, so we'll see how that go. But I hit him up. Y'all know that's my guy. That is my one of my role models, man. So fun story. When I graduated, if y'all do or do not know, when I graduated FAMU, I didn't walk across stage. So but I just got my papers, went on to be a dad. But when I got my master's, my dad hooded me. And so because I had the same level degree as my dad. So my dad has a master's. I think this is education as well. Mine's education leadership. So I was like, oh, Pops, I want you to hood me. He's like, huh? I was like, I want you to put this hood on me. And so my dad, amazing man. I look up to him a lot. So make sure he gets to hear how much I appreciate him. I care. And I love my pops, man. So, that's my dude, man. My pops, if you know, you know, but I'm one of the few people I get my pops to do some stuff he really don't want to do, but because he loves his son, he'll do it. I don't ask and I don't pull that card often, but when I pull that card, I know lock and step my dad's gonna be with me. So, and my mom's always there. So shout out to all the family, all the pops, step pops, regular pops, and bonus pops, man. We appreciate all y'all and everything you do. And y'all already know what it is and what it's always gonna be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!